So, Wassail, take two. Mercury hasn't finished that retrograde. Hello, Mazzy, come in. Push the door to. Which made me laugh. I've had to come down nearer to the internet because Mercury just wouldn't stretch it that far. So, Mercury is going prograde today, but as I say, it hasn't quite finished with me yet. Still playing games. And then in 2 days, on the 16th, Jupiter will enter Taurus for a year. And so I thought we'd just do a little reading and see what might be coming energetically for these two. And maybe something else if it pops out. So apologies to Sarah, who joined me on the live as Mercury interfered. I hope you find your way to this feed. So Wassail, two people. I'm just going to shuffle the decks for the moment. I have some music on in the background. Tell me A, if you can hear it or if it's too loud. I just felt like I wanted something a little soothing. Might be a bit quiet. Wassail denied. Oh, you can hear the music good. I am with you. I'm just rifling decks to get us ready. Now that you can hear me and see me closer to the Wi-Fi. We're so cozy upstairs, and I did ask for no distracting orbs today, so it went, well, don't do it in that room then. Wassail, Tracy J. So let's just go into the Liffruma deck. I need the ceramics as well. All the toys. I have to say, I absolutely adore having the Liffruma deck. I'm working very hard at the moment on the Alchemy of Astrology so that we can materialize this one. But the joy of also having the ceramics, it's so lovely reading Wassail Angela Moon. Having cards I'm part of the creation of to read, it's a real joy. And it's a real pleasure as well. It makes me excited. So, I am picking up an energy of not really a fog, but like an expansion of the mind that feels very integral to the new phase, but at the moment it is behaving a bit fog-like. So it's creating something that we can't really see through, is what I would say. And there's a sense of restlessness, like a desire to get up, get out, and move and shift into new places. I don't mean moving house necessarily. I feel the energy is about just experiencing new vibrations in new places that might go on to become quite sacred to you in terms of offering you new frequencies. So, Mercury. What are you offering us today as you go stationary and prepare to go prograde? I love prograde instead of direct. Because it's the opposite of retrograde. So we're opening with a divine spark. This is what's clearing the kind of cobweb. It's almost like Mercury has elevated a whole kind of nebulous energy around us. And as it turns stationary and goes direct, it will whip away all the cobwebs that we've been experiencing. I'm going to go straight into, I feel like for this one, I just needed one card to open this energy. So, a divine spark. There is a sense that the shadow of Mercury will be there for a bit. This isn't a light switch moment, but when it switches in its own time frame for each of us, it will feel very much like that. Wassail, Jacob Strand, York and Ing. So 18, which is a 9, and 22. Begin to allow your water meadow. It's fabulous that you're dreaming with them. So, we have Follis. So Follis is fascinating. Follis is the law of unintended consequences. It's a radical shifting energy, but it's something where we have to have a kind of acceptance of incoming frequencies that we feel we have no control over. That's interesting. I've been getting a frequency this morning as I was preparing of how manipulation creates distortion. Manipulation creates distortion. So this is about Mercury's frequencies that it's bringing in that will, they're saying an inner distortion is being created. But it's a healing distortion. So it's like Mercury's first energies are about going inside to our inner realms to create some kind of psychic sophistication, a new connection, a second ending that you've not planned. So whatever we've all been planning, that's not what Mercury's got in mind at the moment. Mercury's got another strand to bring forwards with Follis, this law of unintended consequences. Follis takes 91.7 years to go around the solar system. I feel like I need to come down. Let me just look into this. There's something about how there's a sense of time having become very stationary, very still recently. There's an aching to reach outside to the corners of your life, but somehow you're being asked to go within, almost to pick up the signals that you need to push outwards. So some kind of new signals are being introduced. So let's get a few more alchemy of astrology. So cardinal water, this energy of understanding the emotions within you, understanding how to move them forward. So this energy of 484, so a healing that needs to be changed to really heal. So this period is bringing something new to you. I think it's an echo of your true healing rather than old coded healings within you. They need to be dissolved, and it's time to sort of reabsorb this Mercury offered healing. Wassail, do Michel. Yeah, it's the House of Cancer, Celestial City, our inner space in the sacral. There's an emotional osmosis to this frequency. I want to say it's almost something that knocks you sideways. So, music's getting a bit overexcited. And it's interesting that it's this is based around E, so it's solar plexus power being activated. I don't want them unless they fall. There you go. There's something about the intellect with Pluto and Moon in Gemini rewiring your thinking to understand these new emotions. Wassail, Nicky McClendon music. Oh, you've got your Liffruma deck. How is it? So while you're typing, rather than me waiting, Pluto is speaking here of its path, retrograding back into Capricorn, but there's this trining connection somehow with the notion of the Moon in Gemini, and about how you need a kind of curious thinking to process these new solutions, emotional solutions that are coming towards you. Wassail Limby. We've got a lot of emotions, a lot of moon energy. So Moon in Gemini is about moving from A to G sharp because Mercury rules Gemini, and so it's almost like opening your emotional and intellectual frequency so wide that within an octave you're on an A and you're moving all the way up to a G sharp. So there's kind of this energy of 11 notes, and it's just one away from reaching a full octave of perfection. But you've got to open your possibilities. This curious thinking energy has to be really expanded. And then obviously Cancer is ruled by the Moon, which we have, and this is an A. This is about emotional intelligence, veils that are lifting, hidden soul moods. We've also got here Moon in Scorpio. So Moon in Scorpio is going here in hand with Pluto and Mars. So there's a kind of, there's a triad here, a chord energy, a realm that's being, let's see, what is it? A, the G sharp that you got from here, but you need to add the additional energy of a C sharp. So A, C sharp, G sharp. There's something about an energy of raising your emotional game going on here. The ardent arouser that's created through Libra. This almost feels that this is a preparation frequency for the nodes shifting. So we've been sitting for the last 18 months in a particular emotional transformation energy. And now we're coming into some kind of direct, actionable clarity of balance and understanding. But you've got to have some kind of deep X-ray diving. There's a lot of sensual energy that's going to come out, but to get to the emotional arousal, you've got to be quite corrosive and break rules. You've got to dissolve, I want to say, things you hold as noble philosophical truths. Go beneath them, go inside with that 3 energy of Moon in Gemini, and find, it's like finding a new realm, a new space, a new emotional connection, and it is sort of pulling something in from a different dimension. So let's get some more Liffruma. Mercury, working with Pluto, working with the Moon. There's something in this. Oh, sorry. I've already sung Wassail to Joel. There's a door. There is a door, but it's not like a door to the soul. It's just a new wormhole. That energy of a new dimensional possibility. I don't know why, but every time I get to these doors, these threads, these wormholes of possibility, I just get this link to the frequency of the Hadron Collider. Swelgenist, the past, wanted to be both seen and then hidden. There's a corrosive energy that Pluto is trying to clear. Something where we're moving forwards and then moving back. Wassail, Olga. Hello, Olga. How's Snowdon? So I'm just going to remind anyone that lives near Snowdon, on the 17th, Olga's doing a talk, and she'd love you all to come. So look, we've got the Moon again. This is about recognizing the truth of emotions. It's very powerful frequency to recognize our emotions. There's something to do with the energy of the pubic bone and the hips. Something to do with a mobility, something to do with, again, this energy of rebalancing your emotional language, rebalancing your emotional sensations. Fitting into the space that you inhabit. Fitting into the space that you inhabit. A little bit more, please. Fitting into the space that you inhabit. Fitting into the space that you inhabit. Receiving new emotions. This is the message from Mercury. It's interesting though, it's it's not asking you to voice those new emotions yet. It's really coming in as a kind of a rewiring internally first. You've got to begin to understand what is emotional constipation that we carry with us every day. Allow Mercury to lift those cobwebs. Yeah, 0, a reset. And there is very much a reset, because remember, we're going to look at Jupiter also moving into Taurus, and that's a really big energy. Wassail, she's shocky. Yeah, I think we do get addicted to strong emotions, even when they're really a constipation. So, look, this card talks about things being fated to be something new. This is about energy pouring through this wormhole energy that I'm getting. But it feels slightly tangled, like it needs unweaving, like you need to pick through the threads, because it's almost like with this addiction, it's bringing you the thing you don't really need. Wassail, Rita Golden. I sense emotional anxiety in the transformation of this energy. There's something, that's really interesting. This is sublimation, Libra, in the alchemical process that goes through all 12 zodiac houses. Sublimation is when something is solid, frozen, and then the next stage is liquid, and then there's gas. So the 3 stages. Sublimation is going directly from something frozen to something excitable, and that liquid emotional language is almost like swimming in the wrong river. This energy of being comfortable in our current celestial city, even though the city's got a kind of pestilence around it. It's become quite toxic, the addiction that we have to certain emotions, and we need to transform them. Oh, so Mercury is helping us to recognize 639, the Tesla code, the energy required, the key, the code. So I would say open a conversation with Mercury. Not necessarily today, but definitely tomorrow. Give it a chance to really turn around and shake itself free. Yeah, it's stopped. Mercury is being stopped before it transitions into this new energy. And it's healing inside us. We've got to go internally before trying to see how to shine this new emotional landscape externally. Let's get some ceramics. Yeah, 369. It's a beautiful thing. I love the Tesla code. Nikola Tesla wouldn't stay in any hotel room that wasn't a 36 or a 9, or added up to, I believe. So it's smelting, transforming. So this is tear. It's interesting. It's almost like Loki coming in as compassion. This is tear. This is knowing. Tyr is a proto-god. Tyr was originally in the early Germanic stories and mythologies, kind of top god. And by the time of Norse mythology, he'd been kind of downgraded and Odin took over. But Odin's first appearance as Wotan took place in German mythology, because there's always something within our belief system that serves a purpose. Yes, Maz is there. That serves a purpose until it becomes a constipation, a stagnation, a river that is too toxic emotionally for us to keep bathing in. And so Tyr transforms, and Tyr doesn't have a sense of spiritual egotism. Tyr is willing to step back. Tyr is willing to allow others to shine. And Tyr does this because Tyr is full of compassion and forgiveness. So whenever I say compassion and forgiveness, I do always sense that it begins at home, and that's Cancer, the moon in Gemini, that need to communicate emotions, but first you've got to deep dive, you've got to x-ray them. I wish I had a piano here, because I'd really like to play you the intervals and the codes, because there's something here that's that perfect octave that I talked about. But first of all, we've got to go into this realm, this wonderful watery realm of Scorpio, ruled by both Pluto and Mars. There's something about the absence of Mars, and since Lisbon, when I was on my travels, Pluto has been coming across as an energy full of love, emotional intensity. So let's get some more ceramics. So we get ceramic Pomona, the moon, again coming through as saying transform. So refuse to home the broken song. Don't find a home in the old river of your emotions. Find a new home. Go down the river, flow with the stream. It's that energy of not trying to swim upstream like a salmon. So here we have Perth. So if you can connect, if you can bring these emotions in and find a new philosophical, emotional, it is a language. It's about voicing forgiveness, compassion. It's very lower heart energy, love. If you can recognize the new language that's forming within you, then it will surge from within you and pour out from a renewed portal that's trying to find you and reach you. Where are you getting 22 from, Joelle? I mean, it's in 22, the water meadow, which is the water phoenix, which is rising as a new emotion. And that's what this remembrance of hugging and thumbing is. Oh, see, I haven't been looking at the numbers at all. Staring at all of the cards going, where's 22? Why can't I see 22? Thank you. So Gununga Gap. Oh, look. The Gununga Gap. It's almost talking to me because this is Rune 12, which is Ger, or Gir, year, gear, gear. Become obsessed with. Yeah, I love the numerology, always. I've become obsessed with different ways to say the rune names in Anglo-Saxon Old English. So somehow this is talking about, until you start to focus on the new emotional language, which is part of this energy of future lives, this energy of actually imagining yourself outside outside of this current life in this earth space and imagining, I want to say, future lives within this solar system in other places. And they could be in long distant times, because time is a stopped energy. But you see how this line going through, once you've filled your future possibilities, then the line will drop and your now will actually start to flow with new frequencies. But this is this energy. Yes, 2 black swans. Well, mine are crows. So, we have to transfer our focus. I've been getting this very collected message that came through the Great Attractor reading, that has something to do with this incarnation we're in now is about anchoring a line, drawing a line on what was past, difficult, shadowy existences and incarnations, and anchoring in this new energy to move through to much more emotionally stable, joyful, wondrous lives. And somehow we are all, there's something about this particular solar system that's at a key moment in its transformation, and that's not instant. It's something that will take place slowly, but in future existences, very higher dimensional beings, which you are all one of, will be living these new harmonious collective lives, and they are very blissful. Very, very blissful. Oh, and look, now we've got 3-6, which is the integration of this new emotional language into all of your cells. We have to start praising the cells that we live inside, that our consciousness is woven into. And we have to stop. It's almost showing me like this Anwheeler. This is stopped because it's only got 4 directional thoughts, and they're going into the edges of your life, and actually you need to open to have 8, so that you've got some kind of emotional transformation that's reaching out in many more directions in a balanced way. So I'm going to put those back, and I'm going to keep reading the Mercury for the moment before we slip to Jupiter. I was getting the energy then of a need to heal a relationship with another who bothers you. So a kind of Juno Eris, like a discordant tussle that's going on at the moment. Merging. I feel like the tussle is someone who, in another dimension in a future life, oh, that's really fascinating. Someone, a bit like my ex, I guess. I loved my ex so deeply, so totally, but our incarnations and our life in this current existence was meant to bring Eris's apple of discord. And even when I removed myself and moved away from his energy, I still know that in a future life that I think I've already led with him. That's the interesting part, because although we weren't capable of fully loving each other honestly and openly in this life, I know we already have, because there was something so familiar. So maybe there's something about this Juno-Eris frequency that's coming in where we need to think of someone who brought a traumatic distortion, and it's not about healing them now in this life. I'm not suggesting that you're going back to someone, Wassail, Denise Renshaw, but you really are trying to heal a future now version of you and them. To sort of, it's like they're showing me people who have caused us, and this is a very difficult concept to get around because some people cause us the most awful traumas, but there's this tear energy, this energy where we need to understand that as part of a pre-incarnation contract, certain souls that love you deeply come here to be your antagonist, to help you grow towards those future energies by helping you to set boundaries in your life that you won't allow anyone to cross, because it's by setting these boundaries that we create the ability to later merge with other souls. And that allows us to move ever closer to that kind of elven-like collective. So it's back immediately. It's like that's how you begin anew. You have to take out the frequency of the old, of the anger. The apple of discord is possibly, now that is fascinating, the sweetest but most disgusting fruit you've ever consumed. I thought that was going to repeat. I'm going to just put the music back on, so give me a moment. What? It's better with no music. Alright, I'll turn it off on. I needed a lilt. No or not. So, I don't know what that one is yet. I'm going to line them up and see what else is coming. So it's repeating, it's moving us into that energy I spoke of Juno and Eris. So it's the rising frequency begins now of that kind of moving to a kind of mind collective frequency in future incarnations. But then we have an energy that we're This one feels like it's an energy that we don't want to turn over. It's an energy that's hidden. It's an energy that we might not like to look at. There's something about this that's saying, don't peep yet. Because there is something about, again, that's going back to that energy of manipulation. The things that we try to do to achieve movement forwards, it's like I'm always saying action change, but you can, in your attempts to action change, sometimes we have to recognize when we are manipulating another. So I'm going to get some ceramics on the 3 that are showing before I turn. I feel like it's the mystery that sits like a new chapter in the book, but it's a very old chapter. It's interesting. It's like it's an anchor, a fulcrum. I really want to peep. I feel like I want to show all of you and not me, and we talk around it, and then no. We all have to stay with this little secret for the moment. So Gununga Gap, what have you got this time? I'm being drawn to murmurations of starlings. So it's interesting, this is Herteka, heartache, but it's come out in reverse because this is about learning to live without heartache, learning to live with non-toxic emotions, getting out of that river. That's this message at the moment, this sublimation of the Libra energy in the alchemical process, going from this solid life to this gaseous, blissful, joyful, loving, forgiving, just this merged, wondrous frequency. But to do that, you have to anchor something in the now. But you've got to be able to see this is like the stagnant and past, the swelginess, and this as the kind of schooled future, wonderful portals that are opening. But to do that, you've got to anchor into that's interesting. You've got to pull those two energies wide open to leave space for them to filter in only the energies that need to be anchored in the now moment to ensure the transformation of your cosmic, dimensional, personal Yggdrasil tree. What card are you under there? It's got like, because of the table, there's just one corner lifting up, saying, come on, turn me, you're tempted. So this is 53. Just to keep an eye on the numerology. I feel, so they're showing me this energy of the Gunung Gap of the swelginess times, the past, pouring down and just filling your cup with all the wrong emotions that are completely right, because that's part of this agreement that you had with these others to experience that sacred rage towards another, because you have to activate an energy, feel an energy, allow an energy to resonate so beautifully fully in your cells so that you can then transform it. Are you holding out your hands to capture more trauma? Is your heart open so that the universe reads only toxicity to send back to you? So this energy of a swelling ground surge energy, the notion of toxicity creating the possibility of tremendous growth, almost splitting your trunk. When a tree weeps or bleeds, it is in joy that it is alive and still growing. That's this cosmic, dimensional, personal Yggdrasil that we all have. So what are you going to give me ceramically speaking? Well, I can feel it, but I can't get hold of it. Hang on. Needle. It's time to mend. Oh, interesting. Bust out. See, look, there's something about these two pieces need to be transformed. And there's something very timid, there's something very gentle, there's something non-manipulative. There's a freedom of the emotions that comes through the forgiveness. And then this opening of the Gununga gap. So the Gununga gap is this diamond. Here we see the symbol as open to allow this is really feeling like very distant future lives. But I want to say, and that's interesting, I always say imagine those future lives. These are future lives that you've already lived way in the future. We're always focused on past life experiences. They are a past life experience, but on the timeline, they're in the distant future. So there's a remembrance energy to this that will come through some kind of emotional forgiveness, this notion of pre-incarnation love that creates that discord so that you can grow from it. And then we have 57. So this is Wassail originally. This is Gutton. And that is this sense of the energy that needs to be transformed. Gutton is to march mellifluously up a mountain, to sing, to walk, to experience the nectar honeyed energy frequency, to speak with that energy. But you can't have this. Oh, look. Ending the heartache, which is in reverse, will give you the chance to seed a new understanding of why we experience dark moments, frequencies, toxicity. All of those energies are a requirement for our future growth, and that is difficult to accept. So I'm still leaving this card that's face down that's driving me mad. I just want to turn it over. Patience. So, let's get some alchemy of astrology. It's so interesting that Mercury is just bringing this energy back again. Moon in Gemini. This curious thinking. But it feels much more like, I want to say on the shoulders of giants. I want to say that energy of past beauty that needs remembering. It's interesting, there is this energy of celebrating individuals that come to us but to kind of celebrate the opportunity that their toxicity offers and your fury, your Eris sacred rage offers to them. But the point is you are not here to manipulate a transformation in your life. It was a pre-incarnation contract that's coming up for exploration, cancellation, transformation in your life now, but not necessarily in theirs. That's their path. And we mustn't try and reach out, even in the spirit of kind forgiveness, because we can't know where their emotional and mental states are. We have to create our own loving closure on something that was always intended to happen. It's a really tricky energy. It's true forgiveness. It's hard. I mean, I can forgive one of my exes. I haven't quite worked out how I forgive the other one yet. Because I'll be honest, with the other one, I don't even sense an energy of a future life already led with them. So it may be that the life with them is something so distorted and so distant that I haven't experienced it yet. And it could be that that's an energy that I will experience in the future in a past. But the most recent one, I know full well. I've seen that life. I know that sound. That was very confusing because I already had that knowledge, and that made the experience of the relationship with him much more harmful at the point when I knew it was never going to work in this lifetime. And I think that's what we're talking about here. Can you remember a future joy you've already experienced with someone who loved you so deeply that they came down here to help you experience something so horrendous that it allows you growth? Yeah, that's very true. It is about accepting, but we do need to forgive in a way. The ways in which we think about them. Yes, acceptance is that, but that's a forgiveness in ourselves for why we feel things. Trouble is Olga knows that person. And actually it was through that person I met Olga. And Olga and I have a very loving relationship, and yes, I always describe it as a one-night stand that lasted 26 years too long. It doesn't matter how many times I say that line, that does bring me a chuckle. So what else to do with this Eris, Apple of Discord? Wassail, Chavy. I have one on my lap. Oh! It's amalgamation. It's house 7. It's partnerships. It's about being drawn together with your cosmic +1, but not now. They're a cosmic +1 later frequency. Not in this life. But it is interesting. It is about how any experiences in this life. Wassail TC. Tap tap bam. Sorry, I couldn't resist that TC. Destined cohorts. Not in this. Not in this current lifetime. Yeah, it does, exactly, OG. It is about when you can let go. Listen, look, I don't harbour any hatred. I just it's almost like an energy, maybe Maybe that's this card that I don't want to look at. Maybe that's the exact message. I have no desire to even peep at what I was learning. It feels, well, I don't know what it feels like, so don't look at it. So, what else do we have here? Arsenic. This is the swan transformation, but arsenic is, what's your poison? He was. There's something here of 7271. There's something about reaching backwards to reach forwards. This is house 6. So we're going from 7 to 6. So you go into some kind of relationship sometimes, a partnership, alliances with people, and they create something that is distorted. Even though you believe at them in the beginning of the moment that you're sharing some kind of equality, the distortion that begins to resonate more strongly is actually allowing you the chance to go back to yourself and heal. And that is the truth of this. This is, they're kind of making a bit of a joke, like, there's an energy in arsenic that's to do with microdosing. When you just take a little bit of the pain, a little bit of the pain that doesn't kill you, but they're joking with me and saying, you swallowed the whole pill, you took the whole bottle. So, arsenic. Do you know what? Now that's interesting. I'm actually going to put some ceramic runes on the Alchemy of Astrology because that's what I feel like doing. I know, they fascinate me, the Alchemy of Astrology deck. So, we have here Moon in Gemini. Like, there's something about the Moon in Gemini which is sort of bringing that hope toxicity to two people. Yeah, it's like twin souls energy. And then we've got Hod. It's like you just can't see it, can you? You can't see the truth because there's an alchemical process taking place within your body that's triggering a kind of a distortion, but it's a distortion you need to sail through. Take your boat out that river. There's a lot of 7s in this frequency, like a divine path, a divine cul-de-sac, a spiritual cul-de-sac, the path that maybe you just couldn't see was the wrong path because it was the right path until it became the wrong path and had a dead end. How long does it take you to spot the dead end? So the amalgamation is coming with Earth. It's about death. This is 29. This is the Eaton seer, the idea of something that eats away, a prophecy that becomes such a distortion that you search for ways to deny the truth of a future. And maybe that's part of this energy here, where my relationship with that person was so toxic eventually that I just can't even desire healing or accepting that in another existence we love each other so much with such kindness. It's very this is a very interesting reading today that's being, it's like it's trying to trigger me, but it's just making me giggle. What doesn't kill you, although at times I thought we might. So, arsenic needs a ceramic. Metalloid to crystal, so there's clarity coming through something that you couldn't see through. So what do we have? Look, it's returned again. This is that energy, and I've never seen it before, but you have to take out, you have to fill your future storehouse, this energy where we have to see perfect lives with people that have been toxic, but they're not in the now. They're future lives. Yeah, I have learned the lesson. But there is something about that lesson, Olga, where I still don't want to think about it. So this poison is the key to some kind of future joy when it's time to release it. So, what are we on here? We're on 61. I'm going to turn that card, and then I'm going to move on to Jupiter. So, what is this card? I'll let you all look first. I don't even know if you can see it. And then I'll look at it now. Look, there are some destined toxicities. Because I always see this card as a frequency of a kind of blissful destiny, but it is both that. But what it's trying to show today is how there are certain destinies that are toxic, that are for the purpose of our growth, emotionally, spiritually, intellectually. And without that experience, I wouldn't be the person I am now today. And I do feel, and I keep saying this, I currently feel very emotionally stable and very healed. And nothing in my... I mean, there may be things that come up later, but right now, I'm not looking to heal. So even going through this energy, I don't have to sense the sort of full emotional closure on this, because it's just not part of an energy that matters to me right now. I've moved past it in such a larger picture understanding that picking over the details sometimes can be ruinous. And that's the interesting thing. So, Thor and Yor were forever woven together. It was always their destiny to kill each other in some way, but that's a growth process. But don't go killing anybody. So let's move on to Jupiter. I'm not pulling a rune ceramic on that one. Let's move on to Jupiter and see what the year that Jupiter will spend in Taurus will be all about. And then I want to have something to eat because I haven't eaten yet today. Just saw the flash of the Heartaker card there. So, Jupiter, let's tune in, everyone. Look, Jupiter is the largest planet in our solar system. It's a massive educational frequency. It rules both Neptune, which it's just been through a year ago, 2 years ago really, because it's just been going through Aries, and it also rules Sagittarius. So it's dealing with expansive education and release. And now it's moving into House 2, Taurus, which is really about the energy of expansion of abundance. So let's just put that there. I might just have a sip of water. I've been talking for an hour. So there's something about nodal shifts. a better understanding of gifts that you may have come in with. Almost they're coming across as pre-incarnation contracts. Because, you know, pre-incarnation contracts, it's not just one little thing. It's a great series of wondrous moments, destiny points, your moments. Eeyore. So let's open Jupiter. Jupiter in Taurus in 2 days. What energy are you bringing? It's interesting that immediately came across as I am the thing that will change static. I am the thing that will move things on. Like this card talks about the death knell history bell, and this is like I'm the chiming future. So this next year has so many new opportunities coming in. Jupiter. Wendhorn is next. Wendhorn. Returning. That's interesting. It's coming in to bust things up. So it's coming in to create a kind of chaos energy because we've become too ordered in energies that are creating static fears. It's coming in to disentangle, but physical disentanglement, actual physical experiences. And then Egelshamir, this is coming across again as this energy that's reaching out, this big, expansive 3 and 6. It's moving this energy. So we've now got 7, 8, 9. This is a divine path of... It's like taking all of your fixed, previous, physical, philosophical, intellectual, and emotional bubbles, and it's just popping. It's going to pop all the bubbles around you. Yeah, there will be an energy that's troubling. There will be an energy where kind of shaky fist at Jupiter, but it's coming in to create a focused new energetic wave to give you a new key, a new safe code, a new energy of self-protection, a magical direction. So let's get some ceramics. I feel like I want an upside down card for the end again. It feels like a really important thing. So I put one down there, which I'm not going to look at, for the end. Because I enjoyed that last time. It gave me a giggle. That's something which is due everyone. And Jupiter is the bringer of joviality. So that's something, that's interesting. There's the Lagoon. The Lagoon turned over and looked at me when I first spoke of to connect with Jupiter. The cosmic ocean. This is this is Jupiter is kind of cleaning out that energy that was in Mercury that was a sublimation from the past and then going into gas. We always hope that, Denise, but it's gentle if you're prepared. If you have preparedness, then you'll understand. You're ready to just see. And it is true. I mean, on my journey through South America, that was part of the thing. When I began with my tooth trauma, that was a real low point in realizing that I rejected the surgery and the possibility, and I now had no teeth in my upper jaw. But actually, it's been an enormous benefit because it stopped me from pattern crunching on toxic foods, and it changed my diet, and that's been incredibly helpful to a transformation in my biome. So from that point onwards, not being able to smile the set of top teeth that I'd always had allowed me to sort of sense that whatever bubbles pop around me, they're for my benefit. And so I no longer feel triggered. Yeah, it was, but I just don't care. So this Lagu energy is bringing in, Jupiter is bringing in new rivers of abundance. But to do that, it's having to remove, which Mercury has done. Mercury is skipping past the toxic now moment so that Jupiter can refill. It's almost like there was a ghost lake in California. I don't know how long it's been a ghost lake, but it's a lake that just vanished. And with all of the rain and the snow now melting, this lake has reappeared. So there's something about the emergence of this brand new, abundant emotions. And they're physical. They will translate. Wassail, Kelly Rose. They will translate into your life. So Wentorn, being unbound. The cure for pain is in the pain. Drain it out. And that's exactly it. This river needs draining. And so Jupiter is coming in. I feel like the river's been drained by Mercury. It's been removed. And now it's time to refill it with a sense of jovial abundance and giggles. You gotta laugh. Ing, the water meadow, 22. Oh, Joelle, there's your 22. And it's actually 22 likes, so that's a 44, Eve, if you're watching. So this is the water meadow. It's the water meadow. The Ing card is all about the water meadow around the river. The water meadow springing to life with new, beautiful flowers and blooms. And it is the energy, again, of the water phoenix. This is the sound of the unbinding. This, now, Jupiter moving for a year. What's that one? Oh, look, and that one's back again. On itself. So, Egel This is like, it's about the codes that are being offered by Jupiter, and they're not just for you and your consciousness and your emotions. Jupiter's bringing new cellular codes to all the cells in your body. This is such a massive opportunity. 3636. What we're lacking here at the moment is a sense of the divine nine. So the divine's hiding. And I wonder if that card contains the energy of a 9, the one that I haven't turned over. So let's go with the Alchemy of Astrology deck. And see what we get. So I get a sense of, I'm getting a sense of an earth walk energy, like Giant steps are what we take, but walking on the earth, the energy. So a new direction, a new sense of the treadle energy coming in with Jupiter now. It's a year's day. Also, don't forget that Gaia, Uranus, is also in Taurus, and there's a bit of an amassing going on in Taurus at the moment. It's getting very busy in there, but there is, with that platinum energy of Uranus, it's about change. And Uranus and Taurus are not comfortable bedmates, because the energy of Taurus is fixed earth, and the energy of Uranus is to change things, is to kick doors down, to make huge transformations. And it's almost like Jupiter's arrival, because Jupiter will eventually conjunct and move past during this stay it has in Taurus. And this is that energy where a lot of Taurians will hang on to things kind of unnecessarily, because there's a self-fulfilling prophecy of being told you're stubborn. You know, anything people tell you is a characteristic that you have. Just say, if I'm projecting that out of me and it's visible to others, why is it that I'm not seeing it? Or why is it that I'm allowing it to rule how I define myself and change it? This is a great period now of transformation. There's something about Sedna. Sedna moves into Gemini very soon. It's on the cusp, 29 degrees at the moment, of Taurus. And there's something about everything kind of calling Sedna. And Sedna is the very slowest. It takes Sedna about 10,000 years to go around the cosmos. Or something crazy like that. And so there's something about, almost I want to say, being called to join in and just not being bothered. There's something about that. There's an energy where Taurus, house Taurus, and I'm not saying just Taurians, but when things are in that energy where you kind of, you're very fixed with them, but it's almost like you just, you feel so comfortable, you feel so sated by things when they're in this Taurian energy, because they materialize in the real world, that it's almost like everybody else is kind of encouraging you to move. But first of all, you have to change. To go into the new energy, you have to change things. So here we have Venus and the Sun. So I'm getting F sharp E. This is like a -7th frequency going on. There's something that's widening. The opportunity, again, that expansion that's coming. The Sun will be leaving Taurus very shortly on the 21st. Same day that Mars moves into Leo. Might have made that one up. This is an energy of laughter. This is an energy of joy. There's something about the excitement of having an earthly transformation coming with that excitable Gemini energy. This is gold. This is a wonderful moment of increased brain activity, cognitive networking. There's something in that energy going on. And a rising frequency of desiring emotional connections that are transformative. I feel like there's some energy, this divine 9, because of the 3636, they make a 9, but they're incomplete, they're out of balance. So it's like the 9 energy is within you, it's in your cells, but you can't seem to witness it. Wassail, sovereign soul, look, and again, coming to arsenic again. This is transformative energy. This is what's your poison. Again, they're saying, what is your poison? What is your toxicity? What is your current replaying? It's almost like a song played on a record player, and then it just reached that bit in the middle where it just keeps going round and round with a little ka-dum, 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 ka-dum. You spin me right round, baby, right round like a record, baby. Here's the round record. Here's the love needle on the record, the Venus energy. Venus rules Taurus, so there is this energy, but you need to take it off. You need to lift the needle and move to some other energy. Let's get some... This is coming across as not seeing the house Taurus as fixed earth, but as mutable, because everything is mutable, nothing is fixed forever. It's like that missing modality that Kathy always talks about, which I suspect is kind of aether. It's like aether can come in and transform something for as long as you need it there to transform something, and then you can, once you found the mutability and had the cardinal thoughts to get there, then you can fix those new thoughts back in and return it, take the aether away, because something's been cleaned up. So Venus, look, we're coming, these are all linked. They're linked to all of us and to all the energies. This is the gutting energy again. There's something antimicrobial, like working against your better, lift the needle and then with the stitching needle. Yeah, exactly. And they're invisible stitches in needle. Needle. So, yes, there's something, there's a battle going on that's on a microbial level here, like your vital direction can't see its way forwards because you're not giving, you're almost, you're cleaning the wrong things from your life. You think you're cleaning, again, this is that energy of spiritual cul-de-sacs, just skipping down the wrong path merrily and then reaching a dead end. So here, we have a or o or up. So this is about the supportive frequencies. It's about spirit coming in, offering, and this is really interesting, offering microbial solutions, offering transformations to the colonies you share life with, in you and on you. So that just keeps coming up at the moment. And arsenic this time is coming with, again, they're repeating these energies, the things that we don't see. It's like they're saying, you've got a few pieces of the jigsaw, but you haven't got your complete jigsaw because somehow you put two pieces together and you kind of squash them in, and you're not seeing actually that if you looked really closely, they don't go together. So there's something here about undoing. Wendhorn. So this is the sound of the unbinding. There's huge unbinding frequencies taking place right now. So I'm going to turn that card. So I'm not going to look. You can have a look first. I hope you can see it. I might just be holding it in the wrong place. What is it? That's so interesting. This is now coming across as this recolonize your body with good intentions, this energy of transforming what you eat, how you consume. There's something about the energy of dead food. It might have all of the nutrition, but none of the nourishment. There's something about dead food being food made with no love. The missing piece. Wassail, Mama Jama. Yeah, there is something about this. What's the teacher missing? Because we're still missing the Divine Nine. I feel like let's just see. I'm not sure how to do this, but I feel like rather than looking for a card numbered 9, like Hagal, because that's just going to give weathering, I'm going to actually shuffle the deck and count 9 cards, and then do the same with the other deck, so that we actually get a power number, a 9-9, which might help to give us the direction that we're going in. So I'm going to... Yeah, that's exactly it. We do need to transform it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, it's card number 8. It's Rune, but it's bliss. What are we missing? An acceptance, a joyfulness. And this is that energy here. Jupiter wants joviality. It wants laughter returned to us. It wants the healing that joy brings. So let's just now give this one a shuffle and count 9 in a sec. Oh, it's giving that. And it is an 81. It is a 9. So I'm going to accept it. 881. So this is air. Rational thought editing. So this is clarity. This is Gemini, Libra and Aquarius, air signs. There's something, the missing piece is being logical. The logicalness is to seek joy. Yeah, I think that's right. I think we are poisoning ourselves. It's interesting that my biome and bacteria really increased by wandering around, just opening myself up to all the bacteria I could come into contact with. I tell a really naughty story of when I got on the first plane in the first lockdown. And we had to fill in forms to get into Portugal to say where you would be for 2 weeks, just in case you contracted COVID. And they would give you the form that you had to hand back, but they wouldn't lend anyone a pen because of COVID and cross-contamination. And I had a pen in my bag, which ended up going around the whole plane. And when it came back, I made a very conscious decision to lick the pen because I just wanted to expose myself to whatever was out there, because I felt that it would make me stronger ultimately, and I just wanted to move on from the energy. So when I came back here, my biome's been really messed up by returning to here and wishing to remember foods that I haven't been able to consume, and every single time, even that journey I did about the crumpets, but I really wanted crumpets, they were just dead energy. They don't provide the comfort that I used to feel around certain foods. And that's this energy of rationally editing my thoughts. The things that brought comfort feel empty now because I've moved into being somebody new. I've had a healing. And so those pieces of a jigsaw puzzle that I was consuming that was just adding more and more layers of distortion are being unbound. There's a transformation that I've accepted now within my being. And it's much nicer. Yeah, it wasn't, yeah, they can be heavy, but actually when I had the crumpet, it just did nothing for my body, my mouth, my taste buds. There was no thrill center activated in the brain. It's just transformed by having been traveling for 3 years, and my colonies, my bacteria have transformed. I mean, before I went away, I've always been someone extremely sensitive to chili. Now I'll eat chili. I won't have that kind of moment. I just accept the chili. And actually, weirdly, my taste buds are not affected by chili. But when I prepare chili, it goes through my skin and runs into my body and bones, and I love it. They tingle for several hours after I've chopped chili. But so they're just accepting ways to remove, unbind, static, long-held beliefs about things that bring you comfort. The truth, comfort. The truth of the divine nine missing piece in us is to just want to have this life force, blissful, joyful energy that I almost want to say we've accidentally lost recently, and we need to return to joyfulness. So I'm going to get a ceramic on that now, just on that last little bit. So, what do we have? I'm telling you, the message is fill your future storeroom with bliss, comfort, wonder, a still but totally contented heart energy. Rationally think. Rationally think differently, and that will then open to transform your now, your present moment. Stop looking at what was. Stop looking at the things that comforted you once because they've just gone stale. Think of things that would comfort you in the future. And I don't mean objects that you eat and things like that. Emotionally stable, beautiful, loving lives in your future storerooms will open and feed into your now and transform how you live now. So a lot of creativity in the future. Bring it into your now. Be creative now. Action things that bring you joy and bliss now. but keep filling your future storerooms of future incarnations. I just want one more Liffruma, because I love this deck so much. There's a whole pile secretly hidden there that's separated. Pick up the whole deck. That is so funny. Stop with it. Came out upside down. There is the 9, but it came out in reverse. It's about you choosing to stop weathering the pain, but the pain is a divine growth point. It's the hail that hits your face but never melts. Oh, and then look, 2-9, that earth grap energy that we had. It's like turn it round so that you can begin to merge with, not just, this isn't just your bacteria, but to merge with others, to have truly loving relationships with others around you. I can't stop now because those are the messages of how you transform something. You refix your now, you fix your earth with this Jupiter energy. And now look, there's the ending, the blissful ending of knowing your future, knowing that you have a destined bliss to come, that Rune energy. Gorgeous. My tummy's rumbling now, which is also interesting because my stomach didn't rumble very much, but I think no matter how much water I drank when I was on my journey, I was just dehydrated a lot. My tongue was cracked and all of that has changed, but the gurgling belly is a joy to feel like my digestion is alive again. So, are there any questions before I run downstairs to fill my gurgling belly with some lovingly prepared food? Yeah, I know, that's exactly it, Laurie. Sometimes we can't see the wood for trees. And I think part of that is this energy of things that bring us comfort. Kind of look at them and ask yourself, why do you think those things are comforting? And is that really true? Wassail, Siggy. I'm just going, Siggy. I'm so sorry. No, you're not late. You just came in so that you can rewind it and watch from the beginning. Oh my goodness, my stomach is really making a lot of noise. So I feel like I'm just going to wait a few seconds so that we get to 99 minutes, since that was the end of the message. So we just need to wait. We're on 98:20. So we're almost at 99, and that seems a divine moment to leave after we had 999. So any more questions that I can answer within the next 25 seconds? Otherwise, I'm going to say wassail to you all, beautiful people, because we've just got 20 seconds to get to 99. Fabulous. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Oh, time's going quicker than I imagined then as I was counting seconds. You'll find that peace, honestly. So we are at 9909. So wassail, beautiful